Hey guys, so today this is going to be a video on how I do my brows. I have been getting a lot of questions on what I use, if I'm using a stencil, if I'm just, I've been getting so many weird questions on how I get my brows to be so sharp and precise as I do. Now it is weird for me to do my brows after my foundation, after my makeup application, but I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I get my brows the way that I do. First up, I'm going to show you all of the things that I use. So to actually tint my brows, I use the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I use the shade Ebony. It may be a different shade for you. My brows are pretty dark. If you have lighter brows, then you would go for a lighter tone. I'm not sure. I can't give you any options because I'm not sure of the other names of the actual dip brown pomade. But if you're not too savvy with a pomade, you can always use a dark brown pencil, like one of this sort. This is actually a Wet n Wild eye coat pencil, but they also have eyeliner pencils as well, and this is a nice dark brown pencil. As you can see, it's a nice dark brown pencil, so this will definitely work for your brows. The only thing is you have to use a really light hand. I will demonstrate both pencil and dip brow pomade on each eyebrow so that you guys can see the difference between the pomade and the eyebrow pencil, because there is a difference. The pomade gives you a more dramatic eye, but you can always make it natural with a very light hand. The pencil gives you a very natural eye, but you always have to, the key is to use a very light hand stroke. Do not press on your brows, because then you will get a really harsh line, and we don't want any harsh lines. So we're going to do both of them. I'm going to start off with my dip brow pomade, and I'm going to show you guys how I create my lashes, and not my lashes but my brows. And I also just added this step into my eyebrow routine, and this is the NYX eyebrow marker. This is in the shade Deep Profound, because the only reason why I added it into my eyebrow routine is because it's so humid now in Miami, and I just wanted my brows to stay in place. So by this being a eyebrow marker and pretty much like resistant to humidity and sweat proof and whatever like that, I figured that this would be a good add-on once I'm done with my brows, to just go ahead and put this on them just so that they can stay in place all day. If you have this product, then you can definitely use it. It's not necessary per se, so you do not have to use a marker at the end of your step. Just do the first 2 steps, or just follow what I'm doing from the beginning, excluding this step. But I do add this step in. I mean, I'm going to add this step in, but you guys do not have to use this. If you guys have like a brow gel, like I have a brow gel also, this is the Brow Derma gel. You can use this also to secure your brows, but I don't find that this actually keeps my brows in place, because it just doesn't, so I don't use it. I only use this when I'm just going for a very like really natural, just want to put my brows kind of in place for a couple hours. Bam, I use this to get up out the door really quick. So this, I don't really use it like that. But oh, and I also forgot to add that for my concealer, I use the NYX Nutmeg Concealer, and it is of a lighter complexion, of a lighter tone than my skin tone, but I like to use this because it gives you a nice highlight underneath your eyes and also right above your eyes. If you're not a great blender, then do not put this lighter concealer on the top of your brows. Just use it on the bottom, and then you can use your foundation shade on the top of your brows so that you can blend it out more easily and effortlessly. And I also forgot to tell you guys the actual tools that I'll be using to do my brows. This is the brush that I've recently started using. This is the Shani Cosmetics B13 eyebrow brush, and it's just a regular angled, little small angled eyebrow brush. And that is the only type of brush that will get your brows perfect, a small angled eyebrow brush, just like this. And also for my concealer, I am using the Shiny Cosmetics F70 concealer brush. This is just a flat concealer brush. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Ebony on this brow right here. So let's get up close and personal. So first we're going to go ahead and use a eyebrow brush to brush our brows in place. Okay. And I like to brush my brows up, and to the tip I like to brush them a little down, but more upward than downward, if that makes any sense to you guys. I hope I am focused. So I just brush my brows up. Some people like to, well, this is the way that my brows generally grow, but some people like to just brush them down like this, and I don't think that's right. I don't think that's the way your brows grow. Your brows grow in different angles, but not all down. So the front portion of my brows I brush up, and then the tail portion I brush a little outward but down. So we're going to start off with the Dip Brow Pomade using that Shiny Cosmetics angle brush, and I really take a little bit of product. I don't take a lot, so you're going to just kind of dip your brush in, not swipe, just kind of like dip it in there like that, because you don't want too much product on your brush, because if you're swiping you're going to pick up a lot of product, and that's not what we want to do. So what I do is I start at my arch right here with the majority of the product, because in the front end of your brows it's going to be lighter than the tail portion. And I'm just lightly swiping that pomade down the tail of my brows. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. I'm just really doing it with a light hand. So, and then for the front portion, whatever is left on my brush is generally what I use to create this line here in the beginning of my brows. I'm still not using a lot of pressure, but you can still see that that line has been created that I can follow for the front portion of my brows. So now for the beginning of my brows, I like to flick my brush up with the way that my eyebrows are going. So I flick them up like creating faux hair strokes. So that's pretty much what we're doing for the front portion of our brows. You're going to create some faux hair strokes and that's going to give you that fuller look in the beginning of your brows. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more pomade, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to tap that brush into the product, not picking up too much. And we're just going to, I'm not going to start directly to the front because there's product on here. So we're going to still start kind of towards the arch of the brow, trying to get that excess product off because we don't want that beginning of our brow to be so dark. So now I'm just going to do the same thing and just create more hair strokes for the beginning of our brows. And that's pretty much all that I do for my brows. And then I take the NYX Cosmetics concealer, and I take my concealer brush and I just go ahead and swipe that in there, get enough product on your brush, and we arch our brow from the beginning. And you can go slow if you want. If you're not too sure, or if you just don't want to mess up what you just done, take your time. Go really, really slow here. And then you're going to take that all the way to the tail end of your brow. And then you're just going to blend it out. So now we're going to take a little bit more product and direct that towards the top of the brow. Like I said before, if you're not good with blending out product lighter than your skin tone, use your foundation to arch the top of your brow. Do not use a lighter concealer, use your foundation. So I just take that concealer and I just pretty much go along the arch of my brow, and I just meet it with the other concealer, trying to make this portion of my brow perfect. So you want to take your time and kind of try to angle it so that it can be perfect. And yeah, you're just going to go ahead and take the remainder of that concealer and just try to blend it out. Now I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush. I'm going to take my It Cosmetics concealer brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. And just take your time and blend it out. Don't worry about messing up, because you can always just go over your brow again with the light strokes. But you just want that arch to be perfect. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my brush and I'm just going to perfect that line a little bit more. So I feel like I took it off when I blended. I'm going to take the brow brush and brush our brows again, just so that they can be in perfect direction. I'm going to take that marker that I was talking about, and I'm just going to create some more little hair strokes. And we're just doing this really lightly. Remember, this step is optional. If you don't have this product, then you do not have to do this. If you do have it, then you can go ahead and do it if you want. But it's very, very optional. It doesn't really affect the way the brows look. It just helps your brows stay in place a little longer throughout the day. So, since I'm going to just take my beauty blender and get that excess highlight off, because I don't want that to be like so bold up there. Okay. So that's pretty much what I do with the pomade, and you can tell the difference between the brows. This one is more put together and this one is more like, what's going on? So now I'm going to show you guys how to use the eyebrow pencil. Make sure that your pencil is sharpened to a nice point. We're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to brush these brows into place. Same thing, brushing them up going to take the pencil, and with the pencil I am going to start in the same location, the arch of my brow, and I'm just going to be taking little strokes. And with the pencil, it's totally different. It's more precise because it's really easy to add a lot of product with the pencil, especially if it's a creamy pencil. So you're going to have to take your time with the pencil, but you're just going to lightly feather your brows with the pencil. You're not going to apply pressure to your brows, because you're going to, if you apply pressure, this is applying pressure, going like this. Then you're going to have dark lines on your brows. You don't want that. So what you're going to do is apply light strokes like this, and then you get those hair-like strokes. You get what I'm saying? Really, really light, and then you'll get hair-like strokes if you apply a light amount of pressure. You guys see that I created that arch right here, and this one, when I'm applying a lot of pressure, I can't direct the pencil in the way that I want it to go. So if you apply light pressure, little strokes, you can direct the pencil the way you want it to go. So the same thing, light strokes, directing the pencil where you want it to go. And then the front, you're still going to create that line here so that you can know this is where I don't want to go past. So here in the front, we're still going to create those hair-like strokes going up. And we're doing it really, really lightly. But you can see that the brows are filling in. And that's pretty much it with the pencil. Very, very natural looking, opposed to, they're kind of similar. Right here, I think I did better with the pencil, and it's more fuller, defined a little bit with the pencil as opposed with the pomade. So now we're going to take the concealer, and we're going to line the eye, even though it doesn't necessarily really need it, because it's kind of perfect, but we're going to do it anyways. Most important thing about your brows is to blend out your concealer and to also take light strokes. You're just going to brush the brow into place. So those are two ways that you can do your brows. You can either use a dip brow pomade, or you can use a pencil. The pomade is a little bit more stronger and a little bit more darker towards the tail end, and of course the pencil is a little bit more lighter, a little bit more natural looking. It doesn't look so dramatic, it doesn't look like you put a lot of effort to your brows. So it's up to you to choose what product you want to use for your brows. You can either go with the pomade or the pencil, and just remember to have light strokes when doing your brows. You do not want to be heavy-handed using the pomade or the pencil. You want to create light strokes so that you will not have any harsh lines on your brows, and that your brows won't come out so dark and crazy looking. So I hope this video was helpful for all of you who's been asking me to do a eyebrow tutorial. I hope this helped you guys out a lot. And if you guys have any other questions or concerns or anything else that you want to know about creating flawless brows or any other product that you can use that I can recommend, leave those in the comments down below, and I will make sure to answer any of your questions, and make sure to try to find out all those other products that you can use to create some flawless looking brows. And yeah, like I said, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and I was glad that I was able to bring this to you. And I love you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. And don't forget to go under my Q&A picture on my Instagram page and ask any and every question that you guys want to know. I will leave that link down below. Follow me, thumbs up this video, subscribe, and share this video with the world. I greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. See you in the next one. Look, I have already gone ahead and did everything else to my face. Bronzer, everything else you can name, I've done already. So we're going to